Hi Gemini, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. Let's begin. I'm excited. Please like and subscribe, even if this particular reading doesn't resonate, as one will come back around for you that will resonate. And I hope you're all doing well. And let's see what Archangel Michael says Gemini needs to know today. Alright, we've got sound. I haven't had that one before. Sound. Okay, well we'll have to figure out what sound means. It's a beautiful card. But all these cards in this deck are beautiful. Sound, let's find out. I like the little bookmark you get. Alright, sound is probably back here. Getting close. That's soak. Okay, sound. Very interesting. There can be few things more crumb-lush than a lit candle. Its flickering flame gently dancing to the very lightest breath of air. It says breathe of air. Okay, breath of air, drawing those around to its magical light. As quiet reflection turns slowly to slumber. Now in the course of my many duties as Winchet Dale's magical hare, I am sometimes called upon to work candle magic for those creatures I feel would benefit from its mysterious and ancient properties. Yet in all the years I have been using candles for such purposes, I have always been aware of another, less obvious magic they possess. And even more curiously, it has very little to do with light, as spectaculous as that is. Here's what I've discovered. My very own candle magic, if you will. The longer I look into the flame, the more I can hear, as if the spectacular purity of the light attunes my hare's ears to even the quietest sounds. Creatures breathing, the reassuring creak of an upstairs floorboard, a tiny strivet mouse scrittling across the kitchen floor. Next, I become aware of the outside, a solitary raindrop alighting on a window pane, an owl hooting somewhere deep in one wood, the whispered swish of long grasses in chiming meadow. The purest everyday sounds I so often miss from a world I do so very, very rarely stop to really listen to, all revealed in the lighting of a candle and the hidden symphony behind its crumb-lush flame. Often I'll be the final creature left awake, the others niffer-duggling contentedly, as my hare's ears find small rhythms, melodies, and harmonies both inside and outside the cottage. It is a magic both of us and in itself secretly revealed to me alone as I gaze into the flame. So from light comes the revelation of lost sounds, illuminated just as spectacularly as the table upon which the candle stands. Eventually, I blow out the candle and retire to bed, knowing such clarity will be gone by morning, overtaken by the chaos of daily life. But I also know the symphony is still there, simply waiting for another candle to bring it vividly into the light. So, here we go. Connect with your senses to bring clarity to your life. All of that for that, huh? Connect with your senses to bring clarity to life. So also make the effort or take the time to tune into the sounds all around you. And in whatever sounds that are emanating out from within you, which would be that small still voice, right? That guidance of reassurance that you're safe and protected and loved dearly. And is offering its wisdom to guide you through every step of your life moving forward. Okay, Archangel Michael, there's the one. We've got the Empress. Oh, isn't she cute? Oh, she's a cute little guy. Yeah, Empress. The Empress, okay. It's had a little lamb. It's a lamb. Not, it's a sheep, maybe. Sheep, lamb. Okay, what clarifies the Empress? The mother of nature and wisdom. The Five of Cups. Okay, Five of Teacups. It could be that the Empress is a wife. That being you, maybe. Or your wife. Either you're the wife or you're a wife. But somebody has been feeling, remorseful, regretful, feeling like their attempts to happiness has kind of flowed under the bridge already, like water under the bridge, or milk being spilt kind of thing. Let's see what the Lenormand has to say. Archangel Michael, what's the Lenormand want to tell us more about this story as it unfolds? Let's find out this one. It's the, oops, upside down. I've got the deck upside down. 35. So now we got a lilac twilight, which is the white number of 35, and that's 7. That's heaven. 7. There's an anchor. Yeah, I had the anchor in one of the readings yesterday or the day before, and it was the cherry twilight, the more shadowy version of the two cards. Because every card has another card the same, but the picture will be different, and the color will be a red color as cherry. So this is the 9 of Spades, which is the 9 of Swords. Let's have a look at its meaning. Anchor. $35. All right, traditionally it's all about hope, affection, security, and stability, because you drop your anchor right to stabilize the ship, the boat, from splashing around or being thrown about on the waves, and being taken you off course too, right? So for the lilac twilight version, it's stability, support in the storms of life, a solid inner core. Cherry twilight, the more shadowy one that we don't have out here, was more about nostalgia, persistent memories, habits, and addiction. So it's slightly more shadowy, right? So we have stability, support in the storms of life, a solid inner core. So being able to throw your anchor down to find stability within. Finding a way to quietly, light your candle, which is like a candle. Lighting a candle is about illumination, of course, and to see your way in the dark. But it's also about calling in, right? If you see that about, especially with when it comes to divination, people using tools of divination, they'll light candles, and it's about helping to kind of stabilize the energy around the work of the divination. So it's calling in like spirit, calling in guidance, and stabilizing the energy so that there can be clarity from the sounds, so for whatever guidance is coming in from spirit, and the sights, so that you can see what's going on in that space. So let's see, we got the Empress and the 5 of Cups. Well, we're going to have to get more information, Gemini. So let's find out more. More. Archangel Michael, what do we have for Gemini? All right, we have got the 4 of Cups. Well, there's the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. Four of Cups, as you know, is about disappointment. It's about being bored, possibly. It's about being disheartened, because it's cups, it's love. Disheartened about, disappointed, dissatisfied about what has transpired so far in your emotional life. But there's a cup coming in. That tree is bringing that cup in. That tree is representative of the divine, right? And the Tin Man there, he's not noticing, though, that there is new life coming in, or new love. But we'll see if this is about a relationship, about love, or if it's more. The Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant is like a solid, it's kind of like a strong structure of information, of wisdom, of guidance, and one that can be trusted and followed for the guidance that is given. Could be a teacher, it could be a minister, priest, pastor, whichever. It could be God, just simply calling in God, asking God for your help, and guidance. It could be the government, it could be the police, it could be marriage. Okay, so it's a structure, an institution, maybe, and the institution of marriage, right? And there's other types of institution, that's education and so forth, so on. So it could be education, or it's the institution of marriage. Interesting. The Devil. Well, the Devil. It's about things not being what they appear to be. So you see, this is what she looks like here, but her shadow is more like cloaked in darkness. It's like the wicked witch of the West. Wicked Witch of the West, although she's coming forward with like a basket of light, promises of good things, but she's going to get you in her web, or her hat, or her broom, whatever, and it's not going to feel like it's good. The Eight of Cups is walking away from that toxicity, because the Devil is about being attached, to something, someone, someplace that has become no longer good for you. It was a lesson for you to have those experiences and be able to rise above and say, hey, I'm worth more than this, and the problems that I'm experiencing right now, and whatever it is you're facing, whether it's a relationship or some kind of situation, or work, or education, or something. I'm worth more than the trouble I am experiencing right now, but I do see that it has taught me some things about myself, and it's taught me some things about this particular area of life, that when I move forward, because I'm going to walk away from it, I move forward, I take these nuggets of wisdom with me. And so it's like I'm going to be more discerning and more aware, and to be able to see the red flags, and be improving myself along the way as well. The Four of Bricks is the Four of Pentacles. That's hanging on, making sure that you have what you need. It could be that you might be facing a little bit of financial struggles if you were to walk away from something. That you would be a little shy on financial resources. Ace of Cans is the Ace of Cups. So this whole idea here, this whole reason for what you're going through, is about turning to yourself and saying, I love myself enough that I need to take care of me. And if you got kids, if that's part of your life right now, it's you and your kids, your welfare. And this could be, we talking Gemini, it could be a woman I'm talking to or a man. It doesn't matter. But it's about you saying, I've got to do what I need to take. I got to do what I need to do in order for me to take care of myself so that I can be my best for my kids if there's kids. But to take care of the kids as well. The priority will be number one. Number one has got to be you, Gemini. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Priority one is you. Then it's the kids, if you're not clear about that. In other words, you cannot give your kids what they deserve, and they do deserve. You cannot give your kids what they deserve from you if you're not doing it and giving it to yourself first. And that's what this card's showing up to tell you, that it's time for you to love yourself, so that as you're filling yourself up with taking care of yourself, you end up, like I said, filling yourself up. You end up filling yourself up with this self-love that then emanates out from you, which then your kids will feel. Your kids will benefit from it. They might still give you challenges and behave badly at times and stuff like that, but they're going to know that you do love them, that you're there to support and love them, because you're actually there and supporting yourself. Okay, and then as time goes on, when you get yourself in a very good place of being centered in the idea that I've got to be number one in order for me to be any good for anyone else or anything else. Once you get yourself really grounded in that, then you're going to be attracting, you're going to be this magnet that's going to attract a big love. A big love, because this is a divine's offering of a brand new beginning of love. And that brand new beginning starts with the love of you loving yourself. We got the King of Brooms, right? The King of Wands. Is this the one that you may be attracting? Or is this the one you've got to leave? Page of Cups. It seems to me, let's see, let's get some more information. Two of Bricks, that's Two of Pentacles. So we've got a new start with an offer of love or an apology. So that's where I want to kind of leave it, because there's some juggling, some managing having to go on, a decision to be made. With the Two of Coins, the Hermit. You know, the Hermit is like going within, or asking or talking to people to get more information, to seek wisdom, to seek information you may need in order for you to make a decision, or to seek guidance, guidance from inwardly, or guidance from outside of yourself. So there are professionals in the world that can help you with guidance, and one of them, or however many that the Hierophant actually represents, could be your source of guidance in the world. We've got the Four of Swords, that's taking it easy, finding some respite time, relaxing, again, taking care of yourself, so that when you're ready and feeling stronger and more stable and grounded in the changes that are coming about in your life, you can get up, because there's 3 swords plus a sword, so that's 4 swords. You can get up and safely rise above, grab that 4th sword, because the other 3 have been stabbing your heart, right? They had been breaking your heart, causing you a lot of pain, anguish, chaos, confusion, whatever. It is been very challenging, and you've been struggling. So you need to gain some kind of regain your energy, get that grounded feeling that you're rested and you're ready. You're feeling a little bit more rejuvenated and ready to pick up the Sword of Truth. That the Sword of Truth is about you. That this is me, this is who I am, and this is what I deserve. And going forward with that in your new life, or your new beginning. Oh, we've got here Page of Brooms. This is the Page of Wands. That's a brand new page. Page of Inspiration. So truth and inspiration and love. We got the Sword of Truth from the Four of Swords that you're going to be picking up and learning to overcome any obstacle and challenge with your truth moving forward. How powerful you are, how capable you are of being able to overcome obstacles and challenges. You've got this cup here, which is the new page in your new beginning. Same with the page of wands, of motivation and inspiration. On the back of the deck, we have temperance. That's healing and balance. Finding balance, healing, and peace. Angels are with you, all over you and all over the situation. We have the Knight of Spears, Knight of Swords. That's the fastest moving energy in the deck. So we've got something coming in fast that is going to be all about your truth. So all about your truth might actually mean things are coming in, information's coming in, or events and people that are bringing things, ideas and offers, and just, communication, just talking to people. You're going to be talking to people. That people are situations, events, circumstances that are coming in quick. It's all a match to your strength of character, your strength of being your truth, right? This one here, being your truth after you have gotten yourself grounded and rejuvenated in the knowledge, not only the wisdom, but the knowledge of how powerful you can be if you but have faith in that. Faith and trust that you are supported also by the divine. They got the Hermit here. So the Hermit is like you seeking guidance. You could be speaking to your God. You could be speaking to whoever else in the world. But you are, it's kind of like a rock bottom, hitting rock bottom here. But the dark night of the soul, where you are, kind of sitting in the dark and you need a light. You need to be able to see at least your hand in front of your face. At this point, you can't. So it's very confusing. It's very daunting, and it's very, it could be very painful, not to mention mysterious, that it feels uncomfortable because everything's unfamiliar now, right? And then we have the Magician and the King of Bricks. And the Emperor. King of Bricks is the King of Pentacles. The Magician is like the Emperor energy. Somebody who has, the Ace of Brooms. Yeah. The Magician's like the Emperor energy, this Magician energy here, because they have all the resources. So, as does the Empress, by the way. Has all the resources to be able to manifest the type of life that they are looking to, that they dream about, that they want to experience in all areas of the life. And then that all characters of that life, which is love, truth, inspiration, pursuing desires, and finances, right? And the material stuff. So you are meeting someone who is you're going to be attracted to the Emperor and feel motivated to, strike out on an interesting, a fun, a passionate new beginning with them. Ace of Brooms. So the Ace again is the divine got this on offer to you. You take it or not. It's up to you, free will. But it's like, it's an offer to live something passionately. Now, if it was like a goal, same thing, you would passionately pursue something that you want to obtain. You want to pursue. Okay, so we got sound. And sound is all about listening for that what it is that we normally just kind of, routinely, not ignore, but just, it's like background sound. It's background noise that we're not necessarily being distinctly identifying what they each are. We're just accepting it as whole, as as all of it, like in your house or outside or downtown, or all the sounds around us, the people around us talking, whispering, and doing things. We just kind of look at these things and say, this is the sound of life, right? And we don't be discriminate about, well, that's the sound of a bird tweeting, oh, and that's a jackhammer, and that kind of thing, right? We don't do that. But the message here from Archangel Michael is to pay attention to the sounds all around you and within. When you're doing that, Gemini, you're actually putting yourself in the moment, in the now, because you're focused in what is going on right here, right now. What are these sounds? What am I hearing and what am I seeing? So if you hear a bird tweet, you might see the bird, and just notice it. Put your eyes, glance on it, and say, oh yeah, that's a cardinal. Okay, I heard that. Okay, I saw that. And I'm hearing bells chiming. You look over and it's the tower on the church that's a few blocks away, and it's going ding, 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 that kind of thing. So again, you're acknowledging it. The wind rustling through the leaves on the tree, or the ticking of the clock in the house, or the cat purring or meowing, that snoring, the cat snoring, could be snoring, the dog panting, stuff like that. Just taking a moment every now and again throughout your day to just stop, listen intently, and see what's really right there in front of you. To acknowledge it and hear the sound. It may be something that you see doesn't make any sound. That's okay. It may be a sound that you can't see anything. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Just actually put your focus, your conscious mind on it, just for a moment. As you do that, you end up finding yourself getting grounded and stable. Like we've got the Temperance card here. That's all about being balanced, because grounded and stable, right? Being balanced. Getting yourself centered. Centered in what? Centered in the energy of, which is the flow of life. The flow of life as opposed to the ebb. The waxing part of the moon cycle as opposed to the waning. So it's just like you are putting yourself in a very beneficial, a very prosperous, a very a very purposeful and meaningful energy of becoming that master manifester of the magician. Okay, so let's see what the story is. So the Empress here. We have got somebody here, I do believe, Gemini, that you are learning because of life's lessons and hardships, and seeking the whys. Why is this happening? What's going on? Why is this happening to me? Why has this always happened to me? Why has it always happened to me? The why, seeking the truth. That you've been sitting in this energy of maybe, oh, woe is me, or just disappointed, right? Disappointed, and maybe having some regrets about the choices that you've made in life. Particularly, let's say, as it happens to be in a relationship. But it could be with your career, it could be with your education, it could be with you just simply being a mom. I'm not saying that you don't want your kids. All I'm saying is that maybe you would have liked to have held off a little bit longer to have children than what you currently have had them at. And maybe you're really young, and you didn't really get to live your life as a single person, or even as in a relationship with somebody where there's just the two of you for a while. Maybe you and the dog, the two of you and a dog, instead of the two of you and having kids right away. So just kind of like those decisions that you might have, if you had a second chance at doing it, you might have made different decisions. But that's because you're evolving, right? It's because you've been through, you are living your life, And you're starting to see, because you're wising up from having life experiences, you're starting to see what it is that you are doing now, and what it is that you're happy about, and what it is that maybe it's not that you're not happy with it. It could be just that you might have done things differently, maybe waited a little longer to have kids, waited a little longer to do this, that, and the other thing, maybe got some education instead of just going out of finishing high school and getting into a relationship with somebody and getting married, maybe having kids right away, whereas you didn't get your post-secondary education, which would make you feel a lot more independent, in a good place where you can say that if things didn't go right, you'd have your career, you'd have your financial resources. So there might be some regrets and remorse about that, but that's okay. That's what life's all about, right? It's about having these experiences that then show us what we would keep and what we would rather not have had happen, or have now, or we wouldn't go after it again, have that kind of experience again, right? So more discerning. You've got the ability to be more discerning because you're living life. And perhaps you might even be you were a single mom before you finished school. You might have been in a relationship, but you're still a single young mom, still in school. Maybe you didn't finish school, so now you have to pursue a GED because things are, you want to get your education because you want to set a good example for your kids, especially if you have daughters, right? You want to set a good example so that they don't say, well, Mom, you didn't do it, so why should I finish school? Why can't I have kids now? Kind of stuff like that, right? So it's like you are trying to figure out how to get yourself grounded and so that you're not crashing around in your emotions. Because let's say you've got life is coming at you, and you've got to kind of respond to them, react to them, fend off whatever challenges and obstacles you may be facing right now. If you had an anchor that you could throw and it was attached to your waist, let's say, you had an anchor that you could throw down into the water, because maybe you live on a boat and you're in the sea, you're not in a lake. In the lake can be, it can get some waves on it too, but you're in the sea on a boat in your life. And let's just say the anchor's not on you, around your waist, but it's around your boat. And it's a fairly, not a big boat, but a small boat. So it can be thrown around a lot. Well, the water is your emotions. So whatever is going on is causing you to have emotional highs and emotional lows. It's like the whole roller coaster thing. And boy, if I had an anchor that I could throw down that would actually bring stability to my emotions, so that when I'm facing life in general or during obstacles and challenges, that my emotions I would respond in this way, as opposed to up and down, feeling afraid, really feeling afraid and scared that something's going to happen, I'm going to lose something, whatever, to like, oh, this feels pretty good, I'm happy, ha 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 ha, and then now the next day it's like, I don't feel so good, and the bank's called and said they've got to, or the credit cards called and said they got to close my account and that I owe them $2,000 like right now, line of credit, right? So it's just like, what am I going to do? I got $2,000 that I'm going to be expected, and I can't pay that. So now they're going to put it into, whatever you call it, that people are going to be calling you. They're going to put it into the hands of people who do that. I can't think of the word. This is just the way it goes with me. But yeah, you're going to get calls, pesky calls. So now I have to field my calls, and I have to wonder, well, is this phone call coming from someone that I know, or is it coming from somebody who's going to want to get me on the line and say, when are you going to be able to pay us? That kind of thing. So anyways, you're facing challenges, and it's like one day or 1 week it's all pretty good, feeling good and life's going good, I'm in the flow, and then the next week it's like woo, down into, oh crap, I just had a car accident, and now your car is out of commission. You got kids to drive here, there, and everywhere, and now you're going to have to rely on other people. You know, and it might be difficult for you to have to rely on other people. Maybe because you don't want to have to rely on other people, it's just not part of your nature, or because there's really not many people that you can rely on, even if you did ask them. So, in any case, what's going on here is that you have got, you have put yourself in a pickle. There's a pickle of disappointment, regrets, and maybe thinking about how you could have done things differently or better. And but the divine is saying, look, okay, yeah, you are in this regret and remorse, and this is like being either bored or disappointed, like a lethargic, right? Kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do, maybe I'll just not do anything, you know, and making the decision not to do anything. And so the divine says you're going to have to get up off your bum and take a step forward, because we've got something coming in for you. We've got something good coming in for you. Remember the ace of coins, or the ace of cups, and the ace of wands here. We've got something good coming in for you. And it's just about making sure that you are well informed, well educated, and if you aren't, you seek it, you go for it, you ask people, you ask God for help, assistance, whatever. But you're going to make sure that you're well informed. And if this is about a marriage, then it's like the marriage itself that you're in has been toxic. All right, and it's about you. Possibly, Gemini, I'm thinking that what's happened is that things in your relationship, in your marriage, because the Hierophant does actually mean marriage, or you're getting married, or perhaps that's another thing, is that someone's asking you to get married. Perhaps you are, one or two of you are like, in a relationship with somebody, and they're thinking, let's get married, or you're thinking, let's get married, because you have been living your life as a mother, all right, or somebody's partner, but this is usually a wife. So you've been living your life as a mother and wife, having these thoughts of, I should have maybe done things a little bit differently so that my marriage doesn't leave me in a bad way. Because, you know, being married and feeling as though you are codependent on someone instead of being independent, even though you're in a relationship, a committed relationship, can be scary. Because maybe you don't feel as though your partner is somebody that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. That the father of your kids, or stepfather to them, or whatever, is that you don't necessarily see the two of you going the distance, but you're not at that point where it's about making the decision to leave them now, like starting that, or to stay. It's about you trying to just figure out life with what you've got, and that would be the partner, including the partner that you have, whether you have kids or not. Okay, but it's like you've got to make this decision to decide whether or not you're going to stay invested in this relationship or eventually walk away from it. And I'm getting this eventually because I'm not getting like you have to make that decision right now. It's about you just like trying to clear the air for yourself to gain some kind of insight and clarity about the decisions and choices you've made in your life, and coming to terms with it, and being getting on board with yourself about it. And if it's only but to hear me say to you, that's what life's for. You may not be feeling that great about your decisions and choices in this moment, but ultimately, what's going to happen is that you're going to look back and you're going to say, well, yeah, I could have made different decisions, but if I'd decided to do things differently, I wouldn't have this now, or I wouldn't have this person, I wouldn't have my child, I wouldn't have that, this, and the other thing, right? We can always look back in retrospect. It's 2020 all the time. The vision is 2020 when we look back at the past and see how things have gone It's like we don't have that 20/20 when we want to look forward to see how things will go, because we won't know until we take the ride. And so you're just getting yourself into a position where you've got to find some clarity. And if that means living in the moment, where there's times throughout the day, you don't have to do this every day, I mean all day long, but it would be really nice to be able to do that all day long, just to stay in the moment, not to be having our mind distracted in any way, shape, or form. But of course that wouldn't be life, would it? But every now and again during your day, stop for a moment, take a deep breath, maybe three deep breaths in, very slowly, all the way down to your gut, like the bottom of your belly. Bring those breaths in nice and deep to the count of, like, let's say the count of 6, right? Count of 6, you're bringing it in. Now, to the count of 4, you're bringing it in. Hold that breath. Don't let it go yet. Hold it for 2, count of 2. Then let it out slowly to the count of 6. And blow it all the way out of your mouth. Blow all that breath that you filled your belly with. Blow it all out. Do that 3 times. Okay? And you'll feel, with the oxygen going in your blood because of all that breath you're taking in, that oxygenated blood goes to your brain, and it sets off serotonin and the hormones, serotonin, what's the other one? I can't think of it right now. But it's like the feel-good drug, or the feel-good hormone in our brain. The hormone, the brain will release into the bloodstream, and then we're going to feel a lot more relaxed. Our muscles might even just kind of drop a bit during that time. And then say, what do I hear? Say to yourself, what am I hearing right now that I can focus on? If I were to have a candle right now, I could focus on that. But I probably don't have a candle right now going, lit. So what am I hearing, and what am I seeing at this time? So I'm hearing the clock tick, but I'm looking at the lamp. It's like neither one is, they're both benign things. It's not something that's going to cause you any kind of anxiety. Well, it could, I suppose, the ticking of a clock if you have an appointment to go to. But try not to do it when you got an appointment to go to that you have to run out the door for. But just when you have the opportunity to do it, and do it as often as possible, but just take in your surroundings. Take it in for a moment. Have those breaths like I just talked about. Get yourself centered. That's the anchor. Centered and grounded, where you're here now. You're in the here and now, right here now. You're centered in that. Nothing's happening to you. Well, save the fact that if you were in the middle of a storm, if it was a really bad storm. But let's say you're not doing this in the middle of a storm, or some kind of natural disaster, or a man-made disaster, like bombs, stuff like that, or a fire, your house on fire, anything like that, okay? Just that things are okay right here, right now. Right here, right now, I'm okay. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. Do you get it? Right here, right now, I'm okay. Right here, right now, I'm okay. And so forth. So you can spread out those now moments for as long as you can or want to. And you will see, you can look back at this now moment over here and say, look how many now moments I have just, sat in, centered myself in throughout my day. So those many now moments might be like 1 minute or 20 seconds or something. That's 20 seconds more of being balanced and centered than you would have done if you hadn't done that. You would not have those 20 seconds of being in a balanced energy, centered energy, an anchored energy, of feeling safe and secure and good. That even to some extent relaxed, where you can say this moment, that moment, that moment, that moment, and oh darn, the doorbell rang. So I guess that's the end of my moments for now, right? Until you can get yourself into that place, that space again. So it's about doing that so that you don't have to regret and have remorse about decisions you made in your life. You can actually start feeling like good in your own skin, feeling good with your choices in life, because there's always hope. There's always hope that if you need to, you can seek higher education. You can get your GED if you had to, or get higher education if you've already got your high school level education. You can seek it. You can choose to, accept the marriage offer, right? That somebody that maybe has your, the father of your kids. Accept the marriage offer. Don't look at it as though it's something that you are anchored to, that it's a ball and chain situation for you that you need to somehow break free from. Something, your life, you may be looking at it as being humdrum and boring. Nothing much is going on. But yes, maybe not, but when you're in those moments that I was just talking about, you don't feel like that. You feel differently because you are so anchored in what's going on with you right here, right now, in your environment and within yourself. Okay, so you don't have to worry about ultimately having to walk away. If there's anything that you're going to walk away, an investment in, it's the investment in being regretful. Because we've got 5 cups here, right? There's 5 cups and there's 3 of cups. There's 5 cups, you just have to add another 3 of cups to it, and you've got the 8 of cups because the 8 of cups is when you walk away from an investment, but you're walking into another investment. So a happier time. 3 of Cups is about socializing. It's about uniting with somebody or reuniting with somebody. It's about celebrating, just basically celebrating. Good times, right? The 4 bricks, the 4 Pentacles. Yes, things are maybe tight for you financially, or it's just that you are reticent about letting go or reticent about hanging on. So it could be that you are needing to, excuse me, that you need to have a look at what it is that you have and being okay with it right now. Because it doesn't mean, this is just a 4, that doesn't mean that you're going to miss out on, like, let's say that the work that the inspiration, the goals that you've got set that you're going to work on hard, that the 8 of Pentacles, that you're going to master. The 7 of Pentacles is about having, growing things from the seeds that you incorporate into your life, that you want to see grow, that you want to be able to have a bounty of and harvest later on. 6 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is just you trying to get over the feelings of not having enough, because the 4 of Pentacles first, then the 5 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is saying, yeah, I've only got this much. I'm going to have to hold on to what I've got. And because I don't know how it's going to work out, and that throws you into feeling like you're being left out. The 5 of Pentacles throws you into that energy of feeling lack. That maybe all you'll ever have is the 4 of Pentacles, and all you'll ever feel is that you're looking from the outside in on your life, or on the outside of your life to the inside of other people's lives that you would like to have. Their experiences as opposed to your own experiences. But remember what I said about the Ace of Cups? It's all about turning in, within, and even during those moments, here and now, say, I'm okay, I'm supported, and I'm truly loved. I'm dearly loved by the magnificent of all, the divine. The divine loves me, takes care of me, supports me, if I, with my free will, if I allow the divine to do that for me. But if I'm reticent about taking things, into my own hands, and it's only me, or I need someone else to help me out, and I'm not happy because they're not helping me out, if you're feeling as though it's the world either has got to help you or it's going to go against you, and feel like maybe a victim because I can't really do much, I've only got this, that, and the other thing that to do, and it's never been enough up until this point, so how is it going to be enough moving forward? So you have to be able to get your mind centered on the fact that you are a very powerful being, number one, because that's the divine after all within you, very powerful being. But you don't have to go this alone, because when you tap into your divinity, you are actually saying to God, I trust you, I have faith in you, and I know you've got my back and you're supporting me and keeping me secure and safe. Okay? and that you love me dearly. Let's not forget that. You love me dearly. So it's like, how can I go wrong with that? I mean, that's got to be the best, because wherever you go, the divine goes with you. Like, if you were relying on someone else on the outside of you to do all that for you, number one, it would be sporadic, or if at all. And when you really need it, they're not there, and they're not available. And they can't follow you around everywhere you go, right? Like the divine can. So it's about learning to look within and saying, I got to take care of me. I got to take care of my life with what the resources I have right here. Be okay with that for now. For now. The King of Wands is somebody who's going to strike into action and take charge. Strike into action and take charge. You're going to be taking charge of your life, taking control of your life. You're going to be going, ha, 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 look what I've done for myself. Look what I've got. I've got something, I have created some part of my life that I'm very happy with. Maybe you've decided to apply for a school, a GED, and they've accepted you. Or into the university course or college course or something, you've been accepted. Maybe you applied to get your driver's license that you never had before. And you like, whoa, look at that. I'm now a driver. You know, I'm an independent driver. I don't have to drive, either not drive or drive with someone else in the vehicle who's got a driver's license. Yeah, you're managing your life. You're making decisions that are better for you. They may not yet be the best for you, but you can only do however you feel, that the faith that you have in yourself, right? And so when you have unsolicited and total complete faith in who you really are, then, the choices that you'll be making will always be the best for you. Always. Okay, so then we got the Hermit. That's you checking in with your divine, seeking guidance, or checking in with others to find out information and learn, getting some wisdom from what you have already gone through. You're able to take that to put that in your back pocket kind of thing, and just keep going with that. The Four of Spears is you knowing that maybe I need to spend some time in meditation. Maybe I need to spend some time in yoga. Maybe I need to spend some time just in that moment of taking those 3 deep breaths and centering myself with my environment, focusing on what I can see. That, and hopefully it's something that is not going to stress you out that you're looking at. So try not to look at something that will stress you out. Like maybe all you can see is the kitchen countertop with a stack of dishes, dirty dishes on it that you need to get to. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Look at something that, it's kind of makes you feel good or harmonious. Maybe a picture of one of your children or something. And listen to what the sounds are in your home, or you might be able to hear things from outside. So it's going to bring some, when you get yourself centered and balanced in the energy of, I got to take care of myself. I got to take care of myself. I'm number one. I'm going to have this inspiration come to me of what it is I can do for myself, that's going to get me out of this, hum is me, it's a bummer, and, things aren't, life is dull or boring or whatever. I wish my life was more exciting. If I had opportunities to create more exciting events in your life, kind of thing. Well, the Page of Runes coming in because you're centering and balancing yourself right here. The divine is bringing these things in. This is a new page in your life with inspiration, motivation, and passion right here. So a new page with being things are healing for you. You're not feeling so humdrum anymore. You're not feeling so like maybe disappointed or that I made decisions that I would like to have had a chance to make them differently. You're not doing that anymore. Not as much anyways, right? Let's be honest, right? Not all these things happen overnight. It's a journey. And so the Knight of Spears is like this vast incoming energy of what you're attracting now, because you are a seeker of what is going to make me be happy and feel good, loving myself, taking care of me. I'm the seeker of that. So because I'm the seeker of that, and I've stepped into the energy of I'm taking charge of my life, taking control. I'm not going to let, let idle armchair astronaut energy to dictate my days. I'm actually going to get involved in some way, whether it's just more involved in the house, taking care of it, or more involved in your job, more involved in your kids' activities if you got them, or more involved in the community, the town. Maybe you go to church, more involved in church. Maybe you'll help out with the youth studies, the youth, activities that you have going on in the church. So there's going to be a plethora of information coming your way. Information, like I said, that information, events, circumstances, situations, people, ideas, invites, opportunities, offers. This is all going to come in quick to you, and it's going to be about you like juggling everything like this, like the Two of Bricks, with the Magician throwing it up in the air and saying, whatever falls, that's where I'm going. Whatever falls first, that's what I'm doing. So the Magician, you are then mastering your energy, which means you become a master manifester. You start creating the kind of life, the exciting life that you want to have, or the good life that you want to have, or the love life that you want to have, because you've got someone who wants to commit to you. So you might actually say yes to them when they say, why don't we get married? We haven't done that yet. We've got kids, or just somebody who shows up that wants to be committed in your life. If you're not, this young mother or a single mother, and you don't have a boyfriend or someone in your life like that, there's going to be someone crossing your path here, and they're going to be husband material. You two are going to be a really good match for each other. Husband and wife material, mother material. You can be mother material already, but you got somebody that's going to come in, and they're going to be very grounded, because you're getting yourself grounded. That anchor, I'm saying the anchor is going down into the sea, and it's going to touch the bottom of the sea, and it's going to keep you anchored. If you do this, right? Sound with the light, with the candle light. And even if you don't look at the candle, look at a lamp or something. But just look at something that, like I said, that's not going to make you feel anxious. All right, so this King of Pentacles is coming in grounded, a hard worker, somebody who probably has a job and is doing well. Could even be a manager, supervisor, or CEO. But they're going to be a good match for you. Okay, very good match for you, and they're, like I said, husband material to you. You're going to feel safe in their eyes and in their arms, and it's going to be a brand new. And you can, you got choices, you got free will. You could take this offer, but from the divine. Same with the Ace of Cups. You got free will. Will I put myself first, or will I not? That's your decision that you'll be making. Two of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands is about, will I follow my passion, or will I let it wane? The waxing and the waning. Waxing and waning. Will I let it wane and just go away, dissipate, not be part of my life? Well, it's up to you, of course, but you've got, looks like a really good match. If you're not already with them right now, you've got a really good match coming into your life, and they're husband material. If you're with them already, you might say, yes, let's get married. Let's get married. Or you might already be married to them, and you're just going to be looking at them in a different way. In a way that says, you know what, I totally respect you. I respect you. I can see you in a different light now. You're an emperor energy. You've been good to me. You've been good to our kids. You're good. I just got to get myself. That's the moral of the story, is that you got to get yourself on the page of getting yourself grounded, focusing on you. and everything that you've got already, don't be sorry. Don't be disappointed. Don't be bored. You know how many people, oh, it was funny, guys, I have to tell you this. I'm feeding my cat, right? One of my cats has got really sore gums. You know, they got that chronic gingivitis thing going on that he caught from another one of our cats. Who would have thought that would be passed on to? Anyways, I have to feed him with a popsicle stick from a bowl of mushed up food, of cat food. You know, and I try and buy the most flavorful and the best food that, you know, and he's got like the echelon of cat food. You know, I'm not, you know, cheaping out on it in any way, shape, or form. He's got the best food in this bowl that I have to sit there for 5 minutes feeding him. He licks a little bit at a time from my stick. And then I've got this other cat who's his frenemy, you know, that he's always there, and he's very pesky about eating food. And he wants to have that food. He's down there beside the stool that I have my other cat on, sitting while I'm feeding him. He's always down there, sitting on the floor, very patiently waiting for, my cat's name is Fuddy, okay, and that's Diesel, waiting for Fuddy to finish the food. To finish his food, because there's going to be something left that Mom's going to give to Diesel, right? So Diesel always gets Fuddy's leftovers. So he's sitting there and he's begging for the food, right? Even though he's just sitting there patiently. He's learned to do that because I've been doing this for 2 years now. So he's learned to just sit there and be quiet because he knows he's going to get something. But he is begging for it. He's like, I'm making sure I'm going to sit here so that she sees that I'm here, that whenever that Fuddy's done with eating his food, she's not going to give it to somebody else because I have other cats. So I said to, and Fuddy's sitting there sticking his nose up at the food, okay? He takes a few licks and, you know, I fed him a few sticks full of food, and suddenly he starts like moving his head. He's like telling me I don't want it. I don't want it. In other words, it's not good enough. And I thought, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe my cat's doing this. This is ridiculous. And I look at Diesel, and he's looking at me. I'll look at him, I say, can you believe that about Fuddy? Can you believe that guy? Here you are, you're begging for that food, and Fuddy's got the nerve to turn his nose up at it. And it's like the type of food any cat would dive in for. And believe it or not, guys, I didn't do anything different. I just said that I was disappointed in Fuddy, you know. I didn't do anything different, but I put another stick in front of his face to see for one last time if he's going to eat something, or do we have to walk away from this and give Diesel some, right? And Fuddy starts eating again. Kid you not. He ate a bunch of it after that. I kid you not. And after I said, can you believe that? God, these cats, you know, really. Anyways, I just had to tell you that, because that's basically the energy I'm talking about here, is that you've got it good. So don't turn your head away from it. Don't turn your nose away from it. Keep licking. Keep licking. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.